Hey, All-Stars, it's time for another episode of All Important Words, the podcast that helps learners of English master the academic word list. This is Jim.
And Bek, and we've got another interesting and useful academic word to tell you about today. What's our word, Jim?
Today's word, Bek, is feature, which is spelled Feature. Feature is both a noun and a verb in the academic word list, and today we're going to talk about the noun uses, which are much more common than the verb uses in academic English.
And in case it's not obvious, we should point out that this word has two syllables, and the stress is on the first. We say feature, feature.
Now, as is often the case on our show, our word of the day has several meanings. But in academic English, the most common meaning of feature is a part of something that you notice because it seems important, interesting, or typical.
In other words, a feature is something that is interesting or important or typical of a particular thing.
Right. For example, a key feature of learners' dictionaries is that they give information about collocations and word patterns.
I like this example. To put it another way, something that sets learners' dictionaries apart from other kinds of dictionaries is that they give collocations and word patterns, which can help students to use a word more correctly.
Exactly. The Macmillan Dictionary is a good example of a learner's dictionary that includes the key features of collocations and word patterns.
Now, when we talk about a key feature, key means important, right?
Right. In fact, key and important are two of the most frequent adjective collocations for the word feature in academic English. Others include a common feature, a unique feature, and a distinguishing feature.
And what does distinguishing mean here?
Well, a distinguishing feature would be a feature that sets something apart from other similar types of things. For example, a distinguishing feature of the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary is that it tells you if a particular word is in the academic word list by means of this special icon here. And when you click on this icon, it takes you to a page containing the academic word list.
These are really useful features.
They are, and they seem to be unique features of the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. I don't think the other learners' dictionaries we talk about on the show have these features. So we can say they're distinguishing features of this particular dictionary.
I didn't realize we'd be talking about the features of learners' dictionaries so much on this episode, but this is useful information for our audience.
No doubt.
What else can you tell us about the word feature, Jim, or about learners' dictionaries?
Well, you may have already noticed that this word is often used in descriptions, where it's followed by the word of, and then the thing that's actually being described. For example, a feature of learners' dictionaries. Before feature, we'll often use a determiner plus an adjective to highlight or emphasize this aspect of our description. We can say, an important feature of learners' dictionaries is, or another distinguishing feature of learners' dictionaries might be, or some key features of learners' dictionaries include, and then we list the feature or features that we want to mention.
These kinds of phrases must be very helpful for describing things in academic writing. Now, are there any verb collocations of feature that we can mention?
There are a couple, and actually we've just mentioned them. The most common verb collocations with feature are, in fact, the word include and some form of the verb to be. For example, common features of learners' dictionary definitions include collocations, word patterns, and frequency information. Or we could say, a distinguishing feature of Longman's dictionary might be the menu tool that helps you find the correct meaning when a word has a large number of meanings.
Ah, yes, that menu tool is very helpful. You know, it's interesting that feature is used so frequently with the verb to be. I suppose our listeners might expect it to be used with more specialized academic verbs.
Well, keep in mind that a distinguishing feature of academic writing is the use of complex noun phrases with a relatively narrow range of verbs, including the verb to be. This is why academic English is so different from conversation or newspaper writing or fiction. Generally, in academic English, the focus is more on concepts and ideas than on people's specific actions.
That makes sense. And if our listeners have to use descriptions in their academic writing, maybe they will find it a bit easier now to create complex noun phrases based on the information in today's episode.
That would be great, because an important and unique feature of our show is helpful usage information like this.
Okay, All Stars, that's your academic word list word for the day. You can find links to all the excellent learners dictionaries we talked about on this episode at our website, allimportantwords.com.
And if you have a question or want to suggest an academic word list word for us to cover on an upcoming show, let us know by using the website's contact link or by leaving a comment on our Facebook page at facebook.com/allimportantwords. And while you're there, click the like button so you can get updates and announcements about new episodes.
Until our next word, bye!
Bye!